from a small town or a smaller town outside of Washington, D.C. I was born in D.C. and I grew up in Springfield, Virginia, but I was more like ashamed of it. And coming through that process, understanding of like where I'm from, and that I'm not actually ashamed of it, that I don't have to say I'm from Fairfax County or Washington, D.C. or Northern Virginia, that I can say I'm from Springfield. And so that's kind of where the name is coming from. I'm not certain that it will fasten all the way, but most likely, in reinterpreting what our brand is, we'll really never lose the essence of what Lux is, and our aim is not to do away with that in any way. But this is a really personal project that, is more than what Lux is. And so the Lux element will always remain. Lux beans, Lux coffee, Lux at our inner spirit in a way. And in essence, we'll try to preserve that we'll go a long way to try to preserve that, but not so far as to that we won't, hinder our ability to grow up, our ability to grow up in where we're from and identify with who we are.
So the new place is called Springfield?
Most likely.
Okay.
I think that I don't think we haven't had a sign for so long, and some of my favorite places in the world don't have signs, and it seems like the forms of technology today really are asking, or like begging, to reinterpret what branding is, to reinterpret the way that it's presented. And I think that getting back to the magic of Lux, we've always wanted to know your name. We've always wanted to know more about you. We've always pressed on each other to really integrate into community. And so it's interesting when you think about a restaurant application and compare it to a house and be like, oh, is there a point of sale system or a cash register in your house? Well, no. Is there a name to the house? I mean, there's an address, and there's probably a family name, but and so understanding those brands, and in essence, as opposed to looking at them as maybe positives, looking at it like if you really genuinely are trying to build a home, then these things could possibly be hindering if we don't understand, open up the box in terms of well, how can we brand this? And so Springfield, it is, Springfield it is.